Hey guys, Sean Ross Sapp here, Fightful.com. I am back in Kentucky. It's been a few days. I'm putting together all these interviews from Las Vegas, and I get to the MJF interview. And when I tell you that was an experience, boy, was that an experience. He was in high media demand last week, so I interviewed him early on in the Vegas experience. And from the jump, it was off. He was very nice when I reached out to him. He was like, yeah, man, come over to the MGM, man. We'll do an interview, man. A lot of that. A lot of like really encouraging, happy, excited reaction from MJF, who would go on to be the star of Double or Nothing. So I get there. And still a pretty nice guy. We start filming, and something's off, which I would later find out the man disabled my microphone. Like, I don't know if he disconnected it or if he pulled the battery pack out, or for all I know, he maybe submerged it in water because I had to get a new recorder. But it didn't work. And when you're filming in the MGM lobby, that's important. You get all the sound that's around you. So I only have camera sound of that. That will not make air. But we didn't end up staying there anyway. And the reason is that a security guard came up and said, hey, you all can't film here without a rep. MJF, as best I can say, cut a promo on the security guy. May have gotten him fired. But then MJF graciously offered to let me come up to his hotel room to interview him. Okay, that's cool. Only we didn't go to his hotel room. We went to like 3 different towers and 3 different floors, and it took us a legit 35 minutes with me lugging around camera equipment to get there. And my mic was still unhooked. So I have camera audio, fortunately. I'm not going to let MJF being MJF ruin a good interview. So without further ado, guys, I hope you all enjoy.
Sir, is there a problem? Guys, you can't film without a representative from our PR people.
We can't film here.
We can't film here? We have to have someone. Okay. Even if I'm going to be a part of the... Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have a chat off camera. We'll start this up again in a couple minutes.
So we got kicked out of the MGM lobby. We're supposed to film there. And what you didn't see was MJF berate a security guard. And then, in a rare act of kindness, he said, okay, fine, whatever. We're going to do this in my hotel room. And then we went the wrong way like 4 times. And along the way, he made sure to stop when he spotted an AEW fan that was eating, just to stare them down. At first they didn't notice him, but he made sure that they noticed him. I don't know what to make of that, but oh, he's back.
About that security guard, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you handled that pretty professionally.
I'd like to think so. I was pretty nice about the whole entire thing. He's a good guy, you know. He was meaning well. You might be fired. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, interview. Let's go. Let's do it up.
I mentioned your schedule. You've been working 125 days a year, or dates a year. That doesn't include travel days, all that stuff.
Sure.
How does adding AEW to your schedule impact things for you?
So I'm happy. You know, on any given Sunday, I can get a text from my best friend, Cody Rhodes, the roller coaster. And he can go, you know, MJF, come on down over to the spot. We'll shoot some stuff. We'll have some fun. Drink some brew. Have some American Rebel cigars. AmericanRebelCigars.com. Check it out. And it's just always a blast, man. It does fit. It all fits my schedule. And then I can also hang out with my other BFF, TK. You might know him as Tony Khan. And, yeah, you know, what I would love to say about this business venture is I feel like I've made friendships for life, man. You know? And you can't... I don't care how busy you are. That's important. That's important stuff.
Would you call Dustin Rhodes a friend because it seemed like you tried to commit murder?
Okay, so that's fake news, and I don't appreciate fake news. Granted, that's all you really do, isn't it, Sean? First of all, no, I did not try to kill Dustin. As you guys all know, I am a big fan of Zelda, okay? And I just got lost on my way to the Zelda competition, which, by the way, I won handedly. Won the competition. That Master Sword, you're welcome, world.
Will you tweet out a picture of the trophy, or I don't know, championship belt, or ribbon, blue ribbon? What did you win?
It was a trophy.
Ah.
Yeah. It's big. It's real big.
What does it have on it?
It's got the Zelda logo, which everybody knows. The big Zelda logo. You know what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then some elf stuff. It's good stuff. It's a big trophy. I'll show you it later. I'll send you a photo later.
We mentioned balancing the MLW contract. What went through your mind when you get an AEW offer, knowing that you are with MLW? Is it something that went through your mind, like, can I do this? Will I be allowed to do this?
Luckily, with my MLW contract, there are zero restrictions for me to work at All Elite Wrestling. I was very ecstatic about that, mainly because I truly do feel that AEW is about to change and revolutionize the business, as am I. Duh. But no, I was very excited. So I was able to take the contract legally, completely. There wasn't an issue. There was no binding issues with the contract.
Did you get any feedback from Court Bauer on this? Does he say anything to you, or is it just like a, hey, congrats?
Well, Court Bauer knows where his bread is buttered, and that's with MJF. Court Bauer understands that the most important person on his roster is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, because nobody is like Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Nobody can carry a show with a microphone in his hand, and nobody can perform like I can with, two beautiful black leather boots and this bodacious Burberry scarf. There is no one on this planet that can say no to me, because if you say no to me, you lose the opportunity to work with me. And if you lose the opportunity to work with me, you lose your whole fan base.
You mentioned the opportunity to work with you. I don't think it's a secret. There were other companies interested in you. What made you go with MLW and All Elite Wrestling?
I felt like it was the best bet for me. What I love about All Elite Wrestling is it's some might consider us a bit of an outlaw promotion. Some might consider that we do things our own little way. And if anybody's like that, it's me. I've never been one to go on the same beaten path as anybody else. I've never played the same tune as anybody else. I've always beaten to my own drum. It's a very expensive drum, but I've always beaten to my own drum. And yeah, to me, it fit who I am, the mold of who I am as a human being.
So I mentioned the MLW balancing, the AEW. I also mentioned 125 dates a year. That's not just MLW and AEW. You're working all over the country, all over the world, and for a ton of different promotions. Is that something that you look to continue doing throughout 2019, 2020, or are you looking to make AEW and MLW a more permanent home?
So here's the thing. My job was to get to the position I'm in today as fast as humanly possible. And I attained it. But the way I obtained it was through hard work. A lot of people want to go, oh, MJF, he's a loudmouth, he's cocky, he's arrogant. Of course I'm cocky. Of course I'm arrogant. Who was the last person to achieve what I've achieved in the past 3.5 years? Can you name one? No, you can't. And if there was anybody in my age range that even came close to achieving what I'm achieving, they've slipped up. They've messed up. They've done something stupid. I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to slip up. I'm not going to mess up. There is not going to be a part of MJF's career where everybody goes, here's where he went wrong. Here's where he should turn right when he turned left. That's not going to happen because I have a roadmap for this business. What I did was I studied the greats, and I went to myself, okay, I need to work for the top promotions in the US, in Canada, in Mexico, in the UK. I have been literally at every single top tier promotion in the world, and now I find myself at the pinnacle. So yes, I do think it was very important for me to have worked all of those independent promotions that I worked, because if it was not for me working those independent promotions I worked, I would not have the seasoning, and I would not be able to look into this camera and tell you that it's talent over tenure. Am I still going to be working the independent promotions while I am wrestling at Major League Wrestling and All Elite Wrestling? I have taken my last new independent professional wrestling dates, and I will no longer be taking any new dates to answer that question, because I proved my point. I used everybody as an easy stepping stone. I did not slip at any single point while I was jogging along the side of the ocean that was the pro wrestling industry.
So, with you not taking any additional independent dates, that opens up a whole lot for other people. Like, there's a big void there.
Quite possibly, I feel me leaving the independent territory is the equivalent of just dropping a gigantic nuke. Yes, it's going to
go in a
leave
different direction there.
This is a professional interview, so I would appreciate it if you stay professional. Can you just turn the camera off? You just turn the camera off real quick?
Sorry.
Sorry.
You mentioned a nuke being dropped on the independent circuit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I did. Because without me, how many amazing talkers are there left? How many amazing in-ring performers are there left? How many hybrid professional wrestlers, total packages are there left on the independents? I don't know. Would I love to see somebody stand up and go, yeah, I'll be the next top guy? I would love that. I am begging, I am pleading to see that happen because unlike people realize, I do genuinely care about professional wrestling. Do I care more about the bottom dollar when it comes to my professional wrestling? Yeah. However, I am very excited to see who the next crop of independent talent is. You know, you had amazing guys in my crop, and I think almost all of us that I came up with. It's a ridiculous thing to say. I've only been wrestling 3 years. No big deal. But who I came up with, it's gonna be very interesting to watch. Who is that next crop gonna be? What's the next gen?
As we wrap up, are you familiar with the name Danny Almonte? He was a Little League baseball player, pretended he was much younger than he really was to gain a competitive advantage, maybe get a little bit more hype.
I see where you're going with this.
Are you actually a 40-year-old man?
I see where you're going with this. So here's what we're gonna do.
Oh. Social Security number.
I'd like you to read aloud what year it says on this ID.
2017.
Okay, pal. Very funny. 1996. I don't know.
You're giving people your driver's license numbers.
Is that a problem? Is that not allowed? Whatever. Look, man. It's not my fault that I was able to attain my dreams while you guys just simply dreamt dreams. That's not on me, you know? There's some people out there that'd like to go, oh, MJF cut the line, MJF doesn't deserve all the success he's getting.
So you'd call yourself the Susan Boyle of professional wrestling?
An ugly, fat lady?
She dreamed a dream. And she made it happen.
You know what, pal? I have a dream. That you'll get out of my hotel room. This has been an amazing interview. My name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you and you know it. If you have any other question you would like to get out of the way, that way you can get out of my face, now is the time.
Did you steal Stokely Hathaway's CD player?
Get the fuck out of my room. Go. Now.